Hello and welcome to Totally Insane Guinness World Records Insanely Big Hits. For this two-part special, we've logged on to the worldwide interweb to find the top 30 most popular Guinness World Records as watched by you. And we'll be counting down the first half in this programme. Coming up, we have dangerous motorcycle jumping, dangerous under-ice swimming, and a dangerous piece of fruit. There's kids with talent and kids with spiders on them, as we discover what is the #1 most watched Guinness World Record of all time. But first... Look, it's like the opening titles of Friends, but instead of the cast twirling umbrellas, we've got this guy wielding nunchucks in his pyjamas. Yes, we begin our countdown at number 30 with Kevin Shelley, a martial arts master and champion goatee wearer, who's hoping his record attempt doesn't go down the pan. Or should that be pans? You see, today, Kevin will mostly be doing this.
3, 2, 1, go!
That's right, he's breaking extremely low-quality toilet seats using his head, and he's aiming to beat his current record of 46 in a minute. Now, we've all had some painful moments on the toilet in our time, but this looks pretty bad, doesn't it? His forehead is actually bleeding. On the bright side, the resulting scar will make attending fancy dress parties as Harry Potter an absolute doddle. Time's up, and Kevin's not the only one in pain. It was all so exciting, one poor lady in the audience appears to have a nosebleed. Thankfully for Kevin, they found an ice pack, which perfectly accessorises his outfit. He would hate to look silly. But the question is, how did he do? As you can see, he put his heart, soul and face into the record attempt. But is it enough?
I'm really sorry.
I'll take that as a no. Yes, sadly, Kevin only managed to smash 44 toilet seats in a minute. But will he ever get back on the saddle, so to speak?
I'll just have to try again someday.
Yes, he will. Can someone please get him a face wipe? We're off to Spain now for number 29, where they've laid on the red carpet and office chair treatment for 3 women, trying to beat the record for the most eggs crushed with toes in 30 seconds. A feat, and indeed some feet, that have got over 1 million views online. Right, let's get cracking. Huh? Cracking? Huh? The eggs. Oh, forget it. Our first competitor has managed just 10 eggs. Can the next one do any better? Now this is more like it. She is crushing eggs like a professional. Not that there are professional egg toe crushers. It's an activity purely for hobbyists. She has managed 22 eggs, but can 22 eggs be beaten? The answer is yes, but you would need an awfully big whisk.
1, adelante.
It's time for the final competitor. I just feel sorry for the 2 ladies in red. They dreamed of being Wimbledon ball girls, and they've ended up doing this. And she's done it! 23 eggs. She does seem a little shy about her achievement. Don't worry, I'm sure they won't make too much of a fuss. Just a medal on a fenced-off podium, surrounded by people. Well done! Number 28 now, and it's a challenge from Japan. That bloke up top there is our challenger, and he's such a diva that he refuses to walk anywhere. Compulsory check for head lice before we begin, and yeah, he's clear. This is Sun Chi-jong, who'll be attempting to break the world record for the most stairs climbed using just his head. As this graphic shows, Sun has got to wear a purple morph suit and hop up some steps. What could possibly go wrong? Oh dear. He's off, and as you can see, he's ditched the purple onesie in favour of a more tasteful orange outfit. This guy is quite the rule breaker. There is so much tension in the room, you could hear a pin drop. Told you. He's just passed the current record of 11 steps. But our man Sun is going to see if he can go all the way to 15. Now, I've got to say, this doesn't look terribly comfortable, but I know what he's going through. I once did a headstand in a multi-storey car park lift, which achieved a similar result. And he's done it! Congratulations! Someone give him a hug. Celebratory fist pumps all round. At 27, it's down under for something hot.
This time Andrew has 30 seconds to drink as much original Tabasco pepper sauce as he possibly can directly from the bottle.
This guy is double cray. I think we need to consult a doctor.
Chili's basically got a substance in it that does have a type of burning effect, but he should be fine.
7 years at medical school, well spent. Right, here we go.
On my count. 3, 2, 1, he's away.
He's dived straight in, and he is glugging sauce from that tiny bottle as if his life depended upon it. Some lovely eyebrow work.
20. He was disappointed with the first attempt.
And the first bottle is emptied.
15.
Look at the terror in his eyes. He's like an innocent lamb who's feeding from his mother's teat, only to then discover she's got a 2-bottle-a-day Tabasco habit.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Your eyes aren't even watering. That's the thing that amazes me.
He's crying on the
Very
inside.
happy to say that at 120 mils of Tabasco in 30 seconds, we have a new Guinness World Record.
Congratulations!
So he's got the record, but they've not got anything left to drizzle over their dinner. They've really not thought this one through, have they? It's time for 26 now, and some highlights. Blonde highlights. Hang on, we can't really see them properly. That's better. If you've got it, flaunt it. This is the UK's very own John Farnworth. So, what's he going to do?
It's around the world tricks in 1 minute. I'll show you around the world.
around the world.
Yes, John has spent a lot of time fiddling about with balls, and it's made him a footy marvel. He's in China to see how many of these around the world moves he can do in a minute. So, will someone please bang a very small gong and get this thing started?
1, go.
Off he goes. Watching this incredibly skillful, well-timed and precise performance reminds me that I need to put a whitewash on. Last few seconds now, and it looks like John's leg may be getting a bit tired. And one more for luck. So, how did he do?
The record.
Okay.
How many of them?
The last record, the current record is 81.
上一次的记录是81个1分钟。
And tonight, John did Bashi San.
Hang on a second, let me just pop Bashi's son into my online translator. Right, he's either just won a lifetime supply of microwavable pancakes, or he's broken the record with 83. Thankfully, the medal says it all, and the world record is John's.
What could well be the grossest record ever. Let's walk forward this way.
And at 25, it's this man, Charlie Bell, who has a liking for something rather slimy, slippery, and adored by birds. And I'm not talking about Steve Jones.
Sir's order is ready.
I'm talking about maggots, and Charlie has got an hour to move these little wrigglers from one container to another with his mouth.
The record to stand needs a minimum of 15 kilograms of live maggots to be transferred into the new container.
Good luck.
You kind of backing out of this yet?
I'm a bit apprehensive, but it's better than my wife's cooking, so I'll give it a go.
To be fair, he's got a point. His wife once served me a piece of slightly soggy croque en bouche. I was appalled. Now, this may be disgusting, but it's the sort of incredible record that deserves to be seen, centre stage, for everyone to witness. Oh, they're dragging him backstage. Who says show business isn't glamorous, eh? Time's running out for Charlie now. Just room for a few more mouthfuls of maggots.
We've got about 5 seconds left.
4, 3, 2, 1.
But the question everyone is asking is...
Did you puke at all?
No, not that. I was going to ask if he'd broken the record. But each their own, eh, Connie? Let's get the result, shall we?
And tell us how he's done.
The record to beat was 15, and he did an amazing 17 kilos.
Good work, Charlie. You're a Guinness World Record holder. Finally, the sweet smell of success.
You sting, but congratulations.
Maybe not. In at 24, it's the rather remarkable Pruganon family from the USA, who like to introduce themselves as if they're a boy band.
My name is Stephen Pruganon.
I'm Andrew Pruganon.
Hi, my name is Brian Pruganon.
And we are all sports stackers.
This is sports stacking, and if you think this looks impressive, you should see him load a dishwasher. Now, it might look simple, but it's not as easy as it seems, especially if you've just had your nails done. You know you're making a poor effort of it when you're being pitied by a child. Now, the brothers have all held sports stacking world records together, but it's Stephen who's the real genius of the family and clearly the recipient of some XXL t-shirt hand-me-downs. He's held the world record in 5 different events and frankly can stack those plastic cups faster than any other human being on Earth. Still to come on our countdown of the top 30 insanely big online hits as viewed by you. He's walking in the air, he's really annoyed that he can't find an apple, and he's going to need an ambulance. Welcome back to our countdown of the 30 most popular Guinness World Records. On to number 23 now, which by the looks of it, you'd think is the record for carelessly knocking over traffic cones with a car. This is Peter Bell of New Zealand, a stunt driver and slow-motion walker. He's going to attempt the record for the tightest parallel parking. Now, it currently stands at a mere 32 centimetres, but this guy's got his technique all worked out.
It's all about timing and hitting your mark. As I'm coming in, I have to have my line, I've got to turn it at the right time, and as it's coming around, I've got to apply the handbrake at the right time and let it break away and then guide it into that space.
Sounds like a doddle. And there's national pride at stake.
Can we take this classic Guinness World Record away from China?
Let's go, mate.
Come on, mate.
2 seconds flat.
He's in.
Oh, look at that. That is brilliant. You don't even need your measuring tape there.
That is closer than a cat's whisker, one of the official units of measurement used in New Zealand. And by the looks of it, it's legal. Is it good enough, though? The checks have been done. Let's get the verdict.
The record he wanted to break was 32 centimetres, so he had to be less than 32 centimetres.
Yeah.
He's come in at exactly 31 centimetres for a new Guinness World Record.
Brilliant! Well done, mate. Oh, we've done it. We've taken it off China.
Congratulations. He's got himself a record and the warm embrace of a gentleman.
In the world, I mean, this is no mean feat. Parallel parking for a start.
Off we go to Sweden for number 22 now, and a man who's gone bananas about... yeah, you get the idea. Michael Otterson is going to attempt the record for the most bananas snapped in 1 minute, and it's not as easy as it looks, if you're an old lady. There's just time for a quick run-through of the rules from the guy from Monopoly. He's basically saying that the bananas have to be cleanly snapped in half to count, he's got 1 minute to do as many as he can, and that he can't pass go and collect £200.
Du är redo?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Bryt!
Michael is off to a very strong start. This guy is mesmerised. He's making such light work of snapping those bananas, you'd almost think they were just soft pieces of fruit. As the time ticks away, it's worth pointing out for those of you who are confused that the action here is taking place in a television studio and not the actual Greek Acropolis. It's just a very expensive and authentic set. After a quick comparison of Angry Birds scores, it's confirmed that Michael has done it. 70 bananas snapped and a new record. Careful not to slip up. In at 21, we've got a couple of high flyers for you.
Guinness World Record for the longest motorcycle ramp jump. 2 mates facing off tonight, Trigger Gum and Larry Linkogel. The record to beat is 77 metres. These guys are going to fly.
Yes, they are. First up, it's Californian Larry Linkogel on a 250cc bike, effectively a moped. He's trying to equal the current record of 253 feet. So, here goes. Wow. That's certainly one way to avoid the traffic, and it's a perfect landing.
And
Trigger goes next on his 500cc.
He does it!
And nails it.
These 2 guys, Larry and Trigger, they have equaled the record, and they've...
I do hope they're not going to try and do the jump in that. I think they're just moving the ramp back another 10 feet.
Insane. One of the guys said, I'm going to keep going until either my bike breaks or I break. I hope we don't see that here tonight.
Oh, I do love a dangerous ultimatum. So here we go for round 2. It's a good landing for Larry, and despite them trying to distract Trigger with pyrotechnics, he makes a graceful descent.
These boys, they're mad.
Actually, they can be stopped. Larry has sadly forgotten to set his TV recorder for TOWIE, so he's made a swift exit, leaving Trigger on his 500cc beast to go for the record on his own. I am not an expert, but this jump has everything. Height, distance, grace, power, control, and whatever else you might actually look for in a jump.
Basically, when I landed so hard, every bone in my body cracked. I think I bent my subframe. I almost came off. It was just a ride all the way down.
Sounds like a lovely day out. The measuring tape is out and the record is confirmed at 277.2 feet.
I'm just proud to do I've done it.
Well, congratulations, Trigger. You are in the book for the longest motorcycle ramp jump. Well done.
Thank you.
And Trigger's happy. At 20, it's off to Spain and two men who are not letting their receding hairlines stop them rocking some pretty cutting-edge styles. I'm fairly confident the guy on the left invented Weetos. But it's not them breaking a record, it's tiara-wearing American Jodie Parks. She looks like royalty, albeit very distant royalty, on a hen night. I wonder what she's going to do. Perhaps she'll sing, maybe she'll recite some poetry, possibly even some Shakespeare. I do not remember this scene in Romeo and Juliet. Yes, she's breaking the record for the loudest burp by a female, recorded at an amazing 104.75 decibels. I think it may be time to call an exorcist. She may not be able to hold down her dinner, but she can hold down a Guinness World Record. Time for number 19, and the guy on the right is clearly winning the staring competition. Meet Canadian beefcake Dominic Lacasse and German Black Forest Gatto Peter Nikiforou, who has a pretty novel way of hailing a bus. These two hunks are going head-to-head as they attempt to maintain the longest time spent as a human flag. In other words, how long can they hold onto a flagpole with just their arms? Now, they may be in stiff competition with each other, but they've matched their outfits perfectly, like a muscly Jedward. Hang on a second, Peter. What are you doing? Don't take your top off. You're ruining the whole matching blue and white outfit thing. Although, she doesn't seem to mind. Here we go, then. Peter's off, and it's an impressive start. Ooh, nice tattoo. I must say, this is the worst choreographed pole dance I have ever seen. And he's down after 14 seconds for a quick look at his own abs. But he doesn't seem happy with his performance. So, it's Dominic's turn now. Can he beat Peter's time? As you can see, he's gone topless as well. Little bit unnecessary if you ask me. Some of us like to keep our muscles to ourselves. Got himself a matching tattoo there. It's a bit embarrassing. He is deep in concentration. He's probably thinking about how much laser tattoo removal costs these days. And he's down. He has taken the record with an amazing 39 seconds, and I'm glad to see the woman with the certificate got the memo about the blue and white colour scheme. Well done, Dominic. You can pop your top back on there.
Here's your medal.
In at number 18 on our countdown, the enormous Finn Juha Räsänen, who's here to show off his strength, but not before he's told us the name of his favourite All Saints single.
Never ever.
No, nunca.
Never ever.
Never ever.
Are you sure?
Yes. Seguro?
Okay.
Oh, he's gone for Never Ever. A good choice. I'd have gone for Pure Shores, but each their own. Today, Juha is attempting the record for the furthest distance throw of a person. The rules are very clear on this. The person being thrown must weigh at least 60 kilograms, and more importantly, they must have very low self-esteem. So here we go, Juha adopting the classic discus throwers pose, while the guy being thrown is adopting the classic help, I've just been given a wedgie pose. It's a good spin. And a very graceful landing there. It's a great first throw at 4.15 metres, which has actually beaten the current record of 3.87. But Juha is not done yet. He's decided to go again. So the future isn't looking rosy for the guy being thrown, but it's good news for Juha, who is hungry to break that 5-metre barrier and also probably quite peckish for a protein shake. Time for some words of encouragement for the guy in the helmet. I'm sure that's made him feel much better. It's at times like this I imagine he wishes he'd paid more attention in school. It is an impressive throw and a terrific landing, which means the Juha has done it. 5 metres 40 centimetres. There is only one suitable way of reacting to such an impressive record-breaking moment like that. And that isn't it. Number 17 now, and time for something a bit more highbrow, I think.
Tonight we are trying to break the record for most bars being removed single-handed in 1 minute.
I think she actually means bras, and that's not quite what I had in mind. Anyway, this guy is a magician called Chris Nicholson, and he's going to try and unhook the bras of 20 women in a minute through their t-shirts without getting arrested.
Okay.
Right, well, this must be every bloke's dream. First of all, you've got to find 20 women.
And there they are, hiding their faces due to the shame. This activity was just described as every bloke's dream, and let's be honest, we've all had a wild fantasy in which we awkwardly unclasped some bras through a t-shirt against the clock, haven't we? No wonder it was such a hit online. Lord only knows how Chris practiced this. I can only assume there were some rather surprised ladies in the queue at the post office.
Could get there.
He's almost there.
Needs one more. Needs 20.
He's done it!
Chris is a Guinness World Record holder. He's looking a little sweaty. I'm sure it's just the studio lights.
Anywhere near.
It wasn't going so great. I feel very happy, very happy.
Good work, Chris. Can someone please get him a very cold shower? We're off to the Arctic Circle for number 16, where a man is going to attempt to swim under the ice for 100 metres. The ice is 2 feet thick, so they need to cut holes in it for Dutchman Wim Hof to attempt a record he already currently holds at 50 metres. Yes, basic maths fans, that means today Wim is going to try and double his record.
It's phenomenally cold. It's -12. The first question that everybody will want to know is why? Why are you going to do this?
Because I'm ready.
That's vague enough for me. Athletes normally save their ice bath until after the event, but not Wim. He's straight in and ready to go.
Dry suits, but Vin's his perilous attempt.
And he's off. He's now got to swim for as long as he can under the ice. Now, it's very important that he doesn't get distracted whilst he's swimming, say by having a load of bubbles blown into his face as he swims. Oh, for goodness sake. This is ridiculously hard, even for Wim. So if you do have easy access to the Arctic tundra, please don't try this yourself. Wim's now been swimming for over a minute under the ice, but he wants out. And as he nears the escape hole at 57 metres, Wim's starting to struggle. He just about pulls himself onto the ice, but the crew are understandably concerned. But it turns out Wim's pretty relaxed about it all.
It's like the moments before you die. Peaceful.
Really?
The last 10 meters were peaceful.
And it's given Wim a new Guinness World Record. I think I'll probably stick to a bit of doggy paddle at the shallow end of my local pool for now.